scene in Chester. People running from their workplace while a disgruntled employee took out a gun and started shooting his colleagues.
Emergency vehicles, police cars going up and down my street. They stopped and I'm like, that's awful close.
I heard a couple shots. I came out, seen people running, and I noticed that another person was shot down. I asked the guy, I was like, is he shot? And he was like, yes. And that's about it. All I know is after that, the cops swung the block.
People running for their lives from a person they used to call a teammate. And now, 2 people are dead.
We have 2 individuals who unfortunately have lost their life just by showing up at work today.
Another 3 are hospitalized as the community reels from the tragedy.
It's real sad. I pray for the family. It's a sad day.
Officials are asking for peace and prayers.
I'm asking everybody in this region who's listening today to pray for them right now.
Thanks for being with us this afternoon. I'm Tracy Davidson.
I'm Jacqueline London. Officers were called to the family on business around 8:30 this morning. That shooting happened inside Delaware County Linen, which is on West 4th Street near Hayes Street in Chester. Police say the gunman drove off and was soon captured in a traffic stop. We have live team coverage this afternoon. NBC 10's Tim Furlong spoke with people who witnessed the aftermath of today's shooting. But we begin with Rosemary Connors live on the scene with details on what exactly happened. Rosemary.
Well, Jackie, in terms of that suspect, police tell us he was an employee who had been having issues with his coworkers here at this laundry service business and shot 5 of them. 2 of them are dead. 3 are in the hospital. The suspect is under arrest and being held at the Chester City Police Department headquarters. The district attorney tells me that charges are coming and the investigation into what prosecutors describe as a nightmare is just beginning.
Chester, Pennsylvania never expected to be the epicenter of another episode of workplace violence.
The deadly gunfire erupted before 8:45 Wednesday morning at Delaware County Linen on West 4th Street in Chester. Investigators say the suspect, who shot 5 co-workers, including a supervisor, took off in a car. A neighboring police department was on the lookout.
I want to commend Trainer Police Department because the actor did attempt to flee, which they did. Stop him, and again, he is in custody.
Police and prosecutors described the suspect as a disgruntled employee whom they say had engaged in some altercations with co-workers as recently as yesterday and this morning right before the shooting.
You have to anticipate that there had to be some type of mental health issue that would have an employee walk into his workplace on a day of work and take out his anger in such a violent way.
People who are victims of this shooting today, they came to work to live the American dream. They came to work hard, play by the rules, and to get ahead in their lives.
This workplace shooting comes at a time when the Delaware County District Attorney's Office is reporting a 68% decrease in homicides by guns over the last 4 years here in Chester. How does this perhaps impact or change your efforts?
No, we will continue to do the work we do every single day to try to keep the community safe. Today is a tragedy. This could happen in any community across America, and increasingly does happen in all kinds of communities across America.
City council members call Chester a tight-knit community and tell us they are heartbroken.
We want the community to know that we're here to support them. It is all of our problem when we have gun-related issues affecting our community.
Chester's mayor and city council members tell us that the White House reached out earlier today to offer support and to make them aware that they are following this situation. The Chester Coalition, the Community Coalition, is also offering support and grief counseling to anybody who may be impacted. And on a final note, the mayor tells us that this small family-run business has been a fixture here in the community for the last 30 years and has not had any issues in the past. Reporting live in Chester, I'm Rosemary Connors, NBC 10 News.
A shaken workplace and neighborhood. Rosemary, thank you.
Now I want to go to NBC 10's Tim Furlong. He's live at Crozier Chester Medical Center with reaction from the neighborhood. Tim?
Yeah, I've been at Crozier here now for hours behind me outside the emergency room waiting for condition updates on the people who were shot and rushed here this morning. And you talk to people around the linen company, and everyone tells you they were shocked by what happened, but then they think about it for a second. They tell you these days in America, sad to say, this really isn't all that shocking when things like this do happen.
I just like them to remember that Chester is a great place. Don't believe always the hype.
In the middle of such a tragedy, some Chester residents want us all to remember their city has a lot of good people and a lot of positive stories. But this one today hurts.
It's heartbreaking. It's tragic. It has to stop.
Chester's mayor saying it's another case of someone having a gun who probably shouldn't have had one. He believes anyone capable of shooting up his workplace and killing coworkers must have shown signs.
Well, I'm not moving it. I said, well, you do you.
This neighbor tells me she knew from parking disputes and other past encounters that the gunman was a hothead, but even she says she never saw this level of violence coming.
It's real sad. I pray for the family and the community.
Families of the victims who weren't killed on the scene rushed to Crozier Chester Medical Center to check in on their loved ones. At least one person told me off camera their family member was expected to survive, and they too can't believe this happened at all. Back near the scene, some neighbors say sadly nothing like this here in Chester or anywhere in America surprises them anymore.
Another day in the world. That's all I can say. Another day in Chester.
Yeah, some victims still in the hospital, and think of the employees who will soon have to go back there to work at the linen company, knowing what happened. They're no longer having some of their coworkers. It's going to be just absolutely so hard for them. Just so many victims here today, and not just the folks who were hit with bullets. We're live in Chester. Tim Furlong.